If you are a beginner poet who's looking for a way to make your poetry sound more advanced, look no further. You have found the right video. Double entendre. The double entendre is probably my favorite poetic technique. I'm telling you right now, if you are a newbie when it comes to poetry, but you pull out one of these, no one's gonna know you're a newbie. Trust and believe that. If you're a Spanish speaker, you know the word entender. That means to understand. It comes from the same root word. Therefore, double entendre can be interpreted to mean any one word or one phrase that has two separate meanings. And these double entendres are often formed through the use of homophones and homographs. Homophones are words that sound the same but have two different spellings, and then homographs are words that are spelled the same but have two different pronunciations. Many classic puns actually make use of double entendre, all right? And puns are really just humorous manipulations of the meaning of words. So to see exactly what I mean, here's some examples. I had a taser once. It was stunning. Yeah, a bit corny, right? But here you can see that stunning can mean impressive, but it can also mean capable of causing someone to lose consciousness or lose strength, right? Here's another example. I want to be a doctor, but I don't have enough patience. Patience in this case can be a willingness to wait and not rush, but it can also be having enough people to be treated by a healthcare professional, right? And then the last example I'll use is, I don't trust trees. They're shady. Now, in colloquial modern day terms, shady can often mean untrustworthy. However, shady in the general term really just means casting a shadow. Now, remember how I mentioned corny or cheesy in association with puns? Yeah, not all double entendres should really be like that. You're not trying to come across as gimmicky. So there's plenty of non-pun style double entendres that you can make use of. For example, take the phrase, "You must do what is right with the time you have left." Right in this case can mean morally just, but it can also be referring to the opposite direction from left, which is mentioned later on in the line. And in the case of left, left can mean whatever remains, right? What's left, what remains, but it can also be the opposite of the direction right. You see what I'm saying? So no matter how you look at it, each of those words have two different meanings. Another non-pun example of a double entendre would actually be a phrase. Remember, I said double entendres aren't only words with double meanings, they can also be phrases with double meanings. So here's one. Love where you live. Love where you live, one interpretation of that could be love the area you live in, right? But another interpretation could be love in the area that you live in, right? Love people in the area that you live in. And while we're at it, we might as well not stop at double entendres. For those of you who don't know, there are triple entendres, quadruple entendres, quintuple entendres. Like, I'm telling you, some poets and rappers really be out here just going crazy with the wordplay. For triple entendres, I'm actually going to be giving you examples from my original basketball spoken word poem that's on the channel, by the way, titled Rise. And so one stanza goes, "And even though there were woes from those who fell victim to coke, I thank the Most High, cause most chose to float from a better high so they could say bye to the ground." So high in this case can mean a great distance up, right? A great distance above. It can also mean a euphoric sensation that often comes from taking certain substances, right? But then high could also be hello. So right there, you automatically see three different meanings tied into that one word. So that's one example of a triple entendre. There's actually plenty of triples I use within this poem, but we're just gonna go over a few more. So there's one stanza that goes, "We watched a bull become a goat, 6'6" going 6 for 6. Like Wakanda, we'll forever remember the Black Mamba. We've seen a king leap to the throne by the strength of his calves. And can we keep it a buck and be honest about today's era?" All right, so right off the bat, you're gonna notice there's a bit of an animal theme going throughout these lines about different basketball players, okay? And keep that in mind. So the first triple entendre worth noting would be the bull triple entendre. Here, I mentioned bull as a slang for a strong man. Bull is also fulfilling that animal theme. So it's actually a reference to the legitimate animal, like the species of a male cow, right? And then we have bull as a reference to the Chicago Bulls, which Michael Jordan played on, who was being referenced by that line, right? From there, we have the Black Mamba triple entendre. The first meaning there is that Black Mamba is the nickname of Kobe Bryant, simple. Black Mamba also continues that animal theme, so it's a reference to the animal as well. And then as for the third meaning for Black Mamba, I was using it almost like a superhero title, because remember, Wakanda, which is referenced, their national cry sort of is Wakanda forever. And so I'm easily making a pairing between Black Mamba and Black Panther, almost as if Black Mamba is Kobe's very own superhero moniker or alias. All right, so there's the three meanings there. We have the calves triple entendre. Remember how I said we've seen a king leap to the throne by the strength of his calves? All right, so for starters, calves are muscles in the leg, but also calves is the plural of calf, and a calf is a baby cow. So that's continuing the animal theme there. And then finally, the Cleveland Cavaliers is a national basketball team that LeBron James played on. Last up, we have the buck triple entendre. Remember, I said, and can we keep it a buck and be honest about today's era? So to keep it a buck is to keep it 100, being 100% truthful, 100% honest, being authentic. You see what I'm saying? So can we keep it a buck and be honest about today's era? From there, we have buck as in a male deer. So that's continuing the animal theme. And then finally, the Milwaukee Bucks is a basketball team. So those were the three meanings there. Add on top of it the double entendre of Giannis and honest. Can we keep it a buck and be honest? Can we keep it a buck and be honest? You see what I'm saying? So you can always mix up triple entendres and double entendres. Don't feel like you gotta box yourself in, you feel me? Now, sadly, I don't have any examples of quadruple entendres and quintuple entendres. I'm not there yet. I'll be real with you. It hurts my pride saying that a little bit, but I don't have any examples of that. If you have any examples, let me know in the comment section below. But with all that being said, this right here is the art of the double entendre. I really hope you all enjoyed. And if you want to see my Rise basketball spoken word poem in its entirety, definitely check it out. I'll have it linked in the description below, as well as somewhere in the card above. You're gonna love it. See all the double and triple entendres I use. It'll blow your mind, I guarantee you. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.
Paved the way for modern kings in this league to succeed. We've seen the trees' leaves rustle and wilt in early seasons, been touched by lotion as smooth as cocoa butter Kareem, witnessed miracles happen through the magic of Showtime basketball. We watched a bull become a goat, 6'6" going 6'6". Like Wakanda, we'll forever remember the Black Mamba. We've seen a king leap to the throne by the strength of his calves. And can we keep it a buck and be honest about today's era? Cause it seems to me like it belongs to the Greek freak, but whatever the case may be, I think we can